would say, in order to have a good motivation, first you have to study Dharma, study Lamrim, and you have to learn, and you have to know the importance of Dharma practice in everyday life, and the benefit of Dharma practice in everyday life, and continuity, ongoing thing is very important. It's like a river or say a creek, and it is always running, and then it will help the area or the valley, I would say. It will keep the moisture and along the bank of the river, like plants and trees, flowers and so forth will grow, and also animals will be there, and they come to the water. Like that, if you are always practicing, doesn't matter how much, there will be the continuity is there, and the moisture is there, and so then there's ongoing merit and virtues, always growing, and then when you have a more time and more energy, and it will easier to resume the practice because you're always practicing, and instead of you practice for a while, then you stop and then start all over again, and and that will take time, and it will be harder. That's why continuity is very important, and for that reason, motivation and understanding the daily practice, continuity is very important, and you need the motivation. And so in order, as I said, in order to have the motivation, you have to understand the benefit of Dharma practice, and that's why one should study Lamrim. Also, there are other causes for to generate motivation, is to study the life stories of previous masters and previous great yogis and yoginis who done so much practice, and how they accomplish Dharma realizations. And so when you read the life stories of great masters and yogis and yoginis and gurus, then it will give you inspiration and it gives you motivation to do the practice. Another motivation for practice Dharma, to be able to practice Dharma, is to meditate on impermanence of life. And this is mentioned in the Lamrim teachings. According the Kadamba tradition and the Gelug tradition, it says that in the beginning of Dharma practice, or beginning of our meditation, if you concentrate a little bit about impermanence of life, and including death and dying, that will give you motivation to do Dharma practice, because you realize life is very transient, life is short, and so Dharma practice is most valuable thing, and everything else secondary. And then that makes you to think, I should practice Dharma, you know. And because Dharma practice is always helpful, and Dharma practice is the path of enlightenment, is ongoing path, and Dharma practice is most valuable thing. Everything else secondary, and that's why. And also everyday life, not only in the beginning of formal meditation, everyday life. Think about a little bit about impermanence of life and death and dying. And also you can hear all the time people are dying, and what's happening in the world today. There's so much suffering, people dying everywhere due to illness, disease, and calamities, and natural disaster and wars and so forth. When you think about like that, then it makes you to think, I should practice more Dharma, right? Also, end of our lives, towards to death. I mean, in the end of the life, Dharma practice is also very important one. Some people might think, well, what is point of practicing Dharma? End of the life. Your life is ended anyways. So, but that's that sort of thinking is wrong thinking, because especially when your life is ending, when you are dying, Dharma practice, there are different kinds of Dharma practice. There is a Dharma practice especially for death and dying, and like Powa practice, and meditation on compassion and love, meditation on devotional practice, Guru Yoga and so forth, and are very important at the time of death, so that the Gurus will guide us, our Gurus will guide us, our Yidam deities will guide us at the time of death. And Powa practice helps to move on, and instead of going to bardo and confused, we can go straight to we can eject our consciousness to Pure Land, and that is why Dharma meditation on impermanence is very important, and gives you the motivation. So to motivate Dharma, I would say meditation on impermanence is very beneficial.